Good morning, everybody. Glad to be here to share an update from the Cotton Research and Promotion Program. As Chris said, I've been on board since October and had the opportunity to travel throughout the region and meet many of you growers and ginners throughout my region, and look forward to meeting those who I haven't met already. Today I want to give some background about the Cotton Research and Promotion Program and also look ahead at some of the work that Cotton Incorporated is planning to engage in as far as the research and marketing efforts this year. I always like to talk about how we're structured here at the Cotton Board. At the Cotton Board, we collect producer assessments, we communicate back to stakeholders, and we provide the administration and oversight to the Cotton Research and Promotion Program. We work very closely with Cotton Incorporated, who performs all the research in the field, in the labs, and with textile companies to encourage them to use cotton in their products. And then we also strive to create demand through their marketing that they engage in, and also work through our ag and environmental research team on research projects to help with producer profitability. We are governed by the USDA. They review everything that we do and make sure that we have a check and balances system to make sure that we're collecting assessment dollars appropriately and using those in accordance that helps you all as a producer. I do like to note that no tax dollars are used to run the research and promotion program, and we cannot engage in any lobbying. So we work collaboratively with other cotton organizations in the industry to work on issues that are important and to move the industry forward, but we cannot engage specifically in those efforts. As I mentioned, we are funded through producer assessments. So all upland cotton that's produced and harvested in the U.S., there is an assessment taken that is going to fund the program, and producers make up 51% of that. Importers make up 49%. So it is good to note that you do have a partner in the program. Those individuals and major brands that are using cotton in their products and importing it back into the U.S. are also paying an assessment that goes to fund the research. And I do like to note we do have a compliance rate of over 99%. So we take great pride in making sure that we are collecting the funds appropriately and using them as we should. Some of the ways that we keep our program stakeholders informed are through a variety of methods, and we do that through our producer tours of Cotton Incorporated. We have our regional communications managers that are out in the field. We attend regional meetings and events to provide updates and hear updates from other industry groups. We also engage in digital marketing. We're active on social media. We have our Cotton and Coffee Zoom sessions that Taylor mentioned earlier, and we have monthly articles in Cotton Farming and Cotton Grower magazines. I like to show this graphic here just to give you a visual representation of our regional communication managers team. Of course, I cover the Southeast. We have Grant Somm covering the Mid-South. Shelly Heinrich covers the Southern Plains, and Christy Short covers the Southwest. We're here to serve and answer any questions you may have. If you have opportunities for us to provide updates on the program, we're happy to do that as well. You'll also see us out on the farm visiting producers, and this provides us an opportunity to interact and build relationships with you all to make sure that we understand any issues that you're having, and that provides us an avenue to relate to our Cotton Incorporated counterparts so that they can perform research in specific areas that are important for you all as producers. While we're out in the field, we also like to stop by gins and visit and provide any updates that we may have for those folks. And also, you can find us at most major trade shows throughout the year. We're at the Memphis Farm and Gin Show, the Cotton and Rice Conference, and the Sunbelt Ag Expo. We also, as I mentioned, stay involved in as many industry meetings as we can. It provides us a great opportunity to network with you all, but also hear any updates that are happening in other areas of the industry as well that we may not be as familiar with. As Taylor mentioned, our Cotton and Coffee sessions are held on the third Tuesday of every month. They're a 30-minute presentation from some area that the Cotton Research and Promotion Program is funding, where we have a representative from Cotton Incorporated or another industry organization. They provide their updates, and we have time for question and discussion at the end. These do require you to register. In our next session, we'll have William Kimbrell from Cotton Incorporated taking a look at Cotton Incorporated's 2025 plan and budget. So that'll be on Tuesday, August 20th at 8:30 Eastern Time. Another way that we keep our stakeholders informed is through our producer tour program. Oftentimes we can talk about all the great work that we're doing at Cotton Incorporated, but the best way is to actually show folks what we're doing on your behalf. And so through this tour program, Participants are able to hear from key staff at Cotton Incorporated in their various divisions, hear updates from them, and then we're also able to tour their facilities in Cary, North Carolina to see the research and the labs that they are, where they're performing their work. We have 3 tours each year, generally one in February, one in March, and one in June, which is our women's tour. If you've never been on one of these tours and you're interested in this, please see me. Consider this your invitation. I'd be happy to get you on the list. Or maybe you know somebody at your farm or gin or somebody involved in the industry that would benefit from one of these producer tours. I'd be happy to get their information and get them signed up. It's important to note that the Cotton Board is governed by a board of directors. We currently have 46 producers that represent all 17 cotton-producing states, and representation varies for each state based on production numbers in each area. We have 30 importers for major brands, retailers, and manufacturers, and also we have 4 advisors to the board. We also have a slate of Cotton Board officers, and this year our chairman is Mark Nichols from Altus, Oklahoma. We also have representation from the Southeast with Rusty Darby, who serves as our treasurer. And the main function of our board and our leadership and membership is making sure that the Cotton Research and Promotion Program is functioning as it should on behalf of producers. Each year we meet to discuss the next year's budget and provide recommendations for Cotton Incorporated as they're developing their plan for the next year. This year we had our meeting in February in Savannah, Georgia, where we developed recommendations for 2025. Our first recommendation was we need to continue to stimulate cotton demand. Our second was to focus on producer profitability. We know that in each area of the industry right now, we're facing economic stressors, and so we want to do what we can to make sure that we are helping producers in areas of research that are important to reduce input costs and factors of that nature. And last, we've also, as a board, voted to evaluate the program. So we want to take a hard look at the things that we're doing to make sure that we are focusing our assessment dollars in areas that are most important for producers and making sure that we are getting the most return on investment that we possibly can. So now I'm going to switch gears and talk about some of the work of Cotton Incorporated this year. And before I do that, I wanted to mention that the Cotton Board is able to fund Cotton Incorporated at a level of $89 million. When we think about the Ag and Environmental Research Team, they focus or fund over 400 projects each year, and this can be in areas of agronomy, engineering, genetics, entomology, or even cottonseed research. And so they partner with a lot of university and research facilities to conduct this research. I'd like to show this slide here just to give you a visual representation of the individuals that make up the Ag and Environmental Research Team at Cotton Incorporated. Dr. Ryan Kurtz recently stepped up into the Vice President position. We've got Dr. Evie Jaconis that focuses on cottonseed and human and animal nutrition. Dr. Galen Morgan focusing on soil health and weed science. Dr. Caitlin Bissonette on pathology and nematology. Dr. Sally Taylor on entomology. Dr. Don Jones breeding. And Dr. Ed Barnes in ag engineering. If you'll notice that the boxes with their titles are color-coded with the states on the map, this correlates to your contact for state support funding or state support committees in each state. Some of the overarching research projects that the Ag and Environmental Research Team are focused on is our cotton variety trials. Without a lot of the funding from Cotton Incorporated, these unbiased trials would not be possible. These provide producers like you ability to see what varieties would work best in your specific area. They're funding research on integrated pest management to limit insecticide and fungicide applications, and also reducing inputs on nitrogen applications, see and spray technologies, yield and quality improvement, and also scheduling irrigation to get the most crop per drop. As I mentioned, our state support program is a big portion, or a portion of our funds that are collected is 7.5% goes back to states so that it can be focused on localized research that is important for you all as a producer. So I encourage you all to get involved with your state level and making sure that the funds that you have to use are being focused on issues that are important for you all as a producer. I like to show this slide here just to give you a representation of the projects that are happening here throughout the Southeast. We currently have 156 projects that Cotton Incorporated is funding, and 45 of those are here in Georgia. An example of some of those are determining seed vigor and performance, and also tailored plant nutrition and soil management practices. So these, of course, are just a brief glimpse into some of the projects that we are funding. There are a lot of variety when it comes to the projects that we are working on here with Cotton Incorporated. Now I'm going to switch gears and provide an update on the sustainability division at Cotton Incorporated. And their main goal is to make sure that we are providing a platform for you all as producers to share your sustainability story and the work that you're doing on your farms. So they oftentimes meet with key decision makers, with brands and retailers, to make sure that they're telling your story on your behalf and making sure that we're getting the work out here. And honestly, whenever they're able to do this, impressions and opinions are positively changed when key decision makers are able to see the technology, the innovation, and practices that you're putting on your farms. Many of you have probably seen the issue with microplastics in articles that have been put out lately. And one of the most important areas when you think of the sustainability division is you may not see them out in the field all the time, but they are constantly putting out research that's important for us to be able to make claims against synthetic fibers. And so until we have this peer-reviewed, research-backed information, we cannot make those specific claims. And so being a research and promotion program, we are not able to say anything negative against another commodity. And so this provides us an opportunity to make those specific claims that cotton biodegrades faster than synthetic fibers and things of that nature. So they are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to put this research out there for the consumer. Another important area when we think of the sustainability division is they stay involved in a variety of organizations. They put content out on websites, podcasts, they have webinars, they attend and present at both international and national conferences, and they also spend a lot of time being involved in organizations such as the Textile Exchange, the Sustainability Consortium, and the Sustainable Apparel Coalition. And so their main goal is, like I said, putting that information that they're researching out to these brands and retailers to show the benefits of cotton over some of these other synthetic fibers. Now I'm going to spend a good portion of my time talking about the Consumer Marketing Division, and their main goal is to make cotton the first choice that consumers purchase among other fibers. And they do this through a variety of digital marketing, social media, retail partnerships, and public relations. And one way that they build demand for cotton is through marketing campaigns, which I'll speak about here directly. But many of you know the Fabric of Our Lives campaign. We have over 50 years of marketing directly to consumers that no other fiber has. They also build partnerships with various brands and retailers such as Lucky Brands, Aeropostale, American Eagle, just to make sure that the seal of cotton is visible throughout point of sale whenever consumers are shopping for these items, whether online or in the store. And they spend a lot of their time focused on defending cotton's reputation. So they want to be the main trusted resource that people are coming to gather all items or all information as it relates to cotton. As I switch gears, I want to talk a little bit about the new marketing platform that they've just released in April. We have recently secured a new marketing agency called Gale, who has developed this Fabric of Now platform, which is known as an always-on marketing platform. So it's more than just commercials. They're reaching consumers through social media, through other online methods. And so they're putting out dozens and dozens of content each week to meet or to cater to a specific audience known as the fashion female. And so they have deemed that this is our audience that we need to be most catered to. It's women that strive to purchase natural products, that want to purchase quality items, but are also influential in their circle, and they're always willing to share reviews and provide updates to their friends and encourage them to purchase the similar items. So today, I'm going to show you a clip here in a second that shows one of the new commercials that they recently launched in April, and it's basically showing or shifting to encouraging people to relax and enjoy the moment, and putting a focus on sustainability. So you'll see a group of friends sitting around a table, putting their phones down, and encouraging them just to enjoy time with one another. In addition to this commercial, they recently launched a smaller commercial with the focus on calm across fashion, in the home, and just taking a moment to breathe and showing that cotton is a breathable fabric overall.
Curtains close, covers up, the fabric of sleeping in, the fabric of our lives.
So again, just wanted to show you some of those brief clips you may have seen on TV, but through this partnership, this store is a 360-degree approach. So as I mentioned, they're putting advertisements on television, they're putting it on social media, and also working with earned media and influencers to put the message of cotton out to the consumer. And also just making sure that cotton is top of mind when the consumer goes to purchase products, whether it's clothing or home textile needs. Another way that they are building or marketing to consumers is through brand partnerships with Revolve, Lucky Brand, Love Shack Fancy, We Were What, and Aeropostale. And so they've done some research that's shown in 2023 they had a 16-to-1 return of over $45 million in direct sales from specific brand partnerships with these companies here. And they also showed that Lucky Brand customer had half of their new customers were a direct result of that marketing program. Another cool way that they are becoming involved with an influencer is through Olympic gymnast Suni Lee ahead of the 2024 Summer Olympics. And so they have developed an Americana collection that showcases the benefits and versatility of cotton. And so that's a partnership through Love Shack Fancy. And they've worked very hard ahead of the games to get this advertisement out there and promote this product to consumers. Last, I want to wrap up by just giving a brief update from our global supply chain team. And their main goal is to make sure that they are working with companies to influence them to use cotton in their products. One of the main things that they have started this year is their Cotton Can campaign, which is focusing on the sustainability, circularity, and cotton as a natural fiber. And this is going to be more towards the outdoors market. So if you think of your clothing from maybe like Patagonia and those areas, they're focused on how can we incorporate cotton into those items. They also spend a lot of time working through a variety of organizations and a variety of industries. In 2023, they met with over 200 companies and had over 250 meetings, just discussing the technologies and the abilities and encouraging them to use cotton in their products. One thing that I wanted to show, just to give you a specific example of the work of this team, is several years ago, Under Armour came out with their Charged Cotton Tee. They recently worked, our global supply chain team worked with Under Armour to recently re-engineer this fabric, and they adopted our trans-dry technology. So they've put this back on the shelf. And through their partnership with Cotton Incorporated, we're able to continue using cotton in this item and keep it on the shelves. And so just wanted to provide that specific example there. Overall, that's my update from the Cotton Board and Cotton Incorporated. I'm happy to answer any questions myself, as well as one of my coworkers, Emily Janzik, is here. We'll be here throughout the meeting today. My email address is here on the slide, and happy to meet and network with you all if you have any questions. Thank you.